we get started, I'm going to quickly go over to Twitch, and I'm gonna have to post the stream in the Discord. I'm gonna do that really quick, and after that is done, we can start with the first episode of Twisted Tears, which should be very, very fun indeed. And I've got 2 viewers already. Welcome. Okay, so we are going to be going to this channel, and we're going to be sharing it somewhere else really quick. And then once we're done with that, I'm going to start off with Mega Evolutions, which should be pretty fun and probably the most popular tier list that someone can do. So, yeah. And welcome to the stream. Come say hello in the chat. I love talking with everyone. It's great to see you guys. Oh, come on. Internet's being very, very dumb right now. Alright. There we go. Now it's shared on Discord. We are good. Alright. Let's do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make the screen smaller, just because I need to also pay attention to the chat. So yeah, welcome to the chat. Please follow if you guys can. Alright, so here we go. Mega Abomasnow. Let me know what you guys think about Mega Abomasnow and any of the Megas coming up. I'm going to give a spiel about each one as well. So Mega Abomasnow, I don't think I've ever used this, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the few Megas that never got a Pokemon card, and I think that's for good reason. It's just very forgettable. It's just there. Abomasnow is a cool Pokemon, don't get me wrong. And I just realized I messed something up. There we go. Yeah. Mega Abomasnow is, I would say, the most average Mega there is. So I'm going to have to put it in B tier for now. Mega Absol. Now, Mega Absol is really, really cool. I love how it has wings, and I love that that's like Serena's Mega at the end of X and Y. I thought that was a pretty nice touch, but I will say I thought this should have been the first Dark Fairy type. It looks like it should be. It has wings. Just saying, I feel like that would be really cool, but no. It's pure Dark. It kind of bugs me, but it's still really cool, so it goes in A tier regardless. Mega Aerodactyl, going straight to F tier, and here's why. It has stones protruding from its wings and its face and everywhere, and in the Pokédex, you learn that it causes, like, severe pain to Aerodactyl, and it looks like it's going through pain. And because of that, it's just like, gosh, why would I want that Mega if it just... No. No, thank you. No, thank you, indeed. Okay. Now we have Mega Agron. Mega Agron is a very, very solid... Hold on, I need to figure something out. Hold on. Something popped up. Okay. That was weird. So I got sidetracked. Mega Agron. Just like Absol, I also believe this goes in the A tier. And I think it goes before it, because I find it interesting how this is the one Mega where instead of gaining a type, it loses a type. I like the concept that it becomes fully steel. It's not a rock anymore. It's just this metal beast, and it looks pretty fierce, pretty cool. And that's all I got to say about it. I mean, it's just there's other things I like more than it. Therefore, it has the placing that it does. Alright, this one's going to be a very controversial pick, but Mega Alakazam, I think, goes to D tier for me because I'm gonna be honest with you. I never really was attached to Alakazam as is, and Mega Alakazam is just even more so not really interesting to me. I I understand why it has the Mega. I understand why it looks the way it does, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't like the beard. I It's okay that it has this many spoons, but like I understand why it's in that position, but there's just something off about it to me. I just don't understand what it is. Like I said, I don't have an attachment to Alakazam at all, so just D tier. I'm sorry. Mega Altaria going into C tier. It's just I love the typing. Dragon Fairy, only one in existence. Fantastic type combo. But why would they do Dragon Fairy for such a lame Pokemon? Listen. Don't hate me. I just think Altaria is probably like the lamest dragon type there is. Just a cloud bird. Cool. And what did they do to it on the Mega? Made it a bigger clown bird. Cool. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Here's another controversial pick. Mega Ampharos is F tier, but it's better than Aerodactyl. And I never was attached to Ampharos either. I know it's a very popular Pokemon, and I thought Ampharos was cool, but for the Mega, I like the Dragon typing. I think that was a great addition, but for the Mega, they gave it hair and a tail with red balls in it? Like, what? No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't like it. It gets F tier for me. Same thing with this pick, Mega Audino. You see, I hate... Okay. So, back when Let's Go came out, I used to love Chansey. I thought it was a pretty good Pokemon. And then they decided, you know what? Let's make Chansey shiny absolutely everywhere in Let's Go. So now I despise Chansey. And now I despise anything related to Chansey. So that includes Indeedee. And that also includes Audino. And it just makes it even worse to know that Audino is the only Gen 5 Pokemon to get a Mega. Very wasteful use of Gen 5. Very disappointed. That's why it's at F tier. Mega Bayonet, I believe, belongs in the C tier, along with Mega Altaria. And that is because Mega Bayonet, I've never been a Bayonet fan. That's just all it is. The Mega's cool, sure. I don't know. I've never liked Bayonet that much. Oh boy, but we have Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is for sure an A+ tier Mega. They took a pretty weak bug type, and they made him one of the strongest in existence. Not only that, but they gave it one of the most badass looking designs out of any Mega. I mean, just look at that thing. It looks so sick. I love it. That's why it gets the A+. It's so good. And then Mega Blastoise also gets an A+ for me as well. Now, you're probably like, why Mega Blastoise? I think it'd be like B tier, C tier, maybe. You see, unlike most people, I'm actually a Blastoise fan. And that is why I like Mega Blastoise more than the others. Now, I don't think this is as good as normal Blastoise. And plus, the Gmax just looks amazing. So, I mean, it's just not as good as other forms, but I still love Blastoise. And it's because I love Blastoise, it gets A+. Now, Mega Blaziken. Let's put an F tier. I'm kidding. If you know me, you know Mega Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon ever made. Without question, my favorite Pokemon ever made. And it's perfect. I love it so much. It is literally perfect. It is the best thing I've ever... my favorite cartoon character, probably my favorite animated character. Whatever. I just love Mega Blaziken. Alright, next we have Mega Camerupt. Mega Camerupt goes into A tier. I'm actually going to switch these two. It's because I like Absol a lot. Mega Camerupt is pretty solid. I mean, it definitely makes Camerupt look better. I thought Camerupt was already a pretty decent Pokemon, so why not? Better looking camel. Mega Charizard X. Now, even though I'm a Blastoise fan, I can't lie. Making Charizard a dragon type and then making it black with blue fire. I mean, that's as much as I don't like Charizard pandering, I think it's a very good mega. I'll be the first to admit I think it's a very good mega. Same with the Y form. They're both very good megas for very different reasons, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. Not gonna beat around the bush with that one. Next, we have Mega Diancie. Mega Diancie is a B tier for me. It's Diancie but bigger. I mean, sure, why not? Like Abomasnow. I think it's just an average Pokemon and got an average Mega. Therefore, it's a B tier. Mega Gallade. This is my next S tier. Indeed, I love Mega Gallade. I would say if Mega Blaziken didn't exist, this would be my favorite Mega. Second favorite Mega for sure. And from the ones added in ORAS, that is my favorite. I think it is amazing. I love what they did with Gallade. And I used to not really care about Gallade. And now Gallade is like one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. And that's all thanks to the Mega. And that's all I could say. Now, sadly though, Mega Garchomp has to go in F tier. And I say sadly because if you know me, you know Garchomp is my second favorite Pokemon. But then they took Garchomp, made his jaw look weird, first of all. Second of all, they decided, you know what, how about we put his spikes literally everywhere? And I'm just like, but why? But why? And on top of that, its stats are worse than normal Garchomp. Like, what? Game Freak, what was the intention behind that? I'm baffled. I'm literally baffled. Next we have Mega Gardevoir. Very controversial, but yes, I think it's a C tier Mega. And that is because, like Altaria, it doesn't change much. And unlike most people out there, I'm not really a Gardevoir fanboy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a pretty cool Pokemon, but like, it's average. I would say that the only Megas that are per se bad are the D and F tier ones. Besides that, everything else is good. Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar is another B tier for me. I am not a Gengar fanboy either. My brother is obsessed with Gengar. He's fine. He's a cool looking ghost type. I will say that. I'm just not necessarily the biggest Gengar fan. And I think the Gmax is better as well. But Mega Gengar is still a pretty solid Mega. I think it's exactly what Gengar needed. Therefore, it is a B tier for me. Mega Glaily. Mega Glaily is our next S tier. Yep. I said it. Mega Glaily is an S tier in my opinion. I absolutely love Mega Glaily. I think it's really cool how he has a broken jaw. Or I guess it's not cool, but I think it's very interesting. Let me say interesting. It's very interesting as a broken jaw. And the fact that he just instantly, like, or not instantly, but like endlessly spews out fog and mist and ice, and you can't control it. Like that, while that sounds painful, like Aerodactyl, that just also sounds very cool. And they made Glaily just look like a really, really cool Mega. Therefore, Mega Glaily is an S tier Mega. Alright, next we have Mega Gyarados. Mega Gyarados is another D tier for me. Yes, I said it. Mega Gyarados is a D tier Mega. And it is because, A, I think it looks very over-designed. Yep. Oh, Kayla Gen 21. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mega Gyarados. That's what I'm trying to say. Mega Gyarados, a D tier Mega in my opinion. I think it's the water dark type. It should have been water dragon. Why is he still not a dragon type? But no, they decided let's make Gyarados a water dark type. And I just think it's very over designed. And because of that, it's just it's fine. It's D tier. Mega Heracross, another D tier for me. It's just normal Heracross already looks pretty much perfect. And also, just like Garchomp, its stats are lower than normal Heracross, and it's just, why do you do that to your Megas? And like, it's not a bad design per se. It's just very weird. I'll say that. Yeah, it's very weird. I'm actually gonna move this Charizard down to here. Switch him there. My mind just changing as I make this. Mega Houndoom is our next. I'm gonna say A+ tier. I love Houndoom. I think Houndoom is a fantastic Pokemon, and Houndoom is just a very, very good. While I think the Mega is a little over-designed, I still think it captures the devilish appeal of Houndoom pretty well. And like I said, I absolutely love Houndoom, so of course I'm going to love its Mega as well. Alright, next we have Mega Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan for me is another B tier 1. I don't really have an attachment to Kangaskhan. I think it's an alright Pokemon. I mean, it's just always one of those general Pokemon that was just there to me. And the Mega, it doesn't look that different. It's just the babies out of the pouch, which is cool, I guess. But, you know, if I'm going to watch Pokemon, if I'm going to see a new Mega, I want it to look different. It doesn't look different enough. But, like I said, I think Kangaskhan's alright. It's average, just like Absol, and Diancie, and Gengar, in my opinion. Therefore, it is at B tier. Next, we have Mega Laddies and Latios. They are F tier because they don't look different. I don't think they should not look the same. And I don't think that they needed a Mega. I think that was a really very weird thing for them to have. I just don't agree with it personally. I just think it was a very, very weird idea. So next we have Mega Lopunny. Now, Mega Lopunny also goes in the B tier, but it goes to the front of the B tier. I used to not really care about Mega Lopunny that much, but I find it very cool how it is a normal fighting type. I'm pretty sure it's the very first normal fighting type. And it looks very, very good compared to normal Lopunny. I'll say they very much improved that design. Good job, Game Freak. It's just, I never really cared for Lopunny to begin with, so the Mega, I knew I wasn't really going to care about that much either, so once again, B tier placement. That's just how I feel about it. Next, we have Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario, this is going to be a shocker to most people. I think Mega Lucario is also a B tier. I just think it's over-designed. It's still very cool. I think Lucario is a great Pokemon. It's just, I'm not a Lucario fanboy, and I just think it's a very over-designed Pokemon, hence its placing. Next, we have Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric is another S tier. I think Mega Manectric is a fantastic Mega. I like how it's a giant lightning bolt. I think it's pretty silly. I love how fast it is. It's very, very good in battle. Like every other Mega is, of course, but it gets a quick, easy hit in, and then the job's done. Mega Manectric, one of the best, for sure. Next, we have Mega Mawile. Now, believe it or not, I'm actually going to put Mega Mawile in the A tier, behind Absol, I think. Yeah. Because Mega Mawile, I never really cared for Mawile at all. But its Mega is very, very cool. And I like how it has 2 ponytails instead of just the one. I feel like they massively improved on Mawile, especially when it gained the Fairy type. Great idea. And now we have the abomination that is Mega Medicham. If you know me, and those of you that are watching will, if you don't know me already, you'll get to know me very, very soon. You will know that I do not like Medicham as a Pokemon. It is second only to Mr. Mime in terms of, like, worst Pokemon. And it only made me dislike it more when I saw this Mega. I think it's worse than its normal form, and I hate the normal one as is. I think it's too weird. No. Absolutely not. Next, we have Mega Metagross, and I'm going to put Mega Metagross at B tier. Mega Metagross is a pretty cool-looking Mega, I will say. And I am a huge Metagross fan, but like Garchomp, I just think the normal form is too perfect. And because of that, I feel like it looks worse than the original. And because of that, I had to put Mega Metagross at B tier instead of, like, S tier, which is where normal Metagross would be. Now here's another controversial one in my opinion. That's Mega Mewtwo X. I think it is F tier personally. I was never a fan of Mega Mewtwo. Okay, actually, I'm gonna. I think these two actually belong here because they're not bad. They're just okay. And I'm gonna move him there. That feels better. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Mega Mewtwo X is not a good Mega in my opinion. I think it is very, very weird. I don't like how it's a psychic fighting type now, just like Medicham. And Mewtwo wasn't made to be a fighting type. Mewtwo was originally created to be, a special user. It's meant to be the master of psychic abilities. And you can't make him the master of psychic abilities if he's punching things. That just does not make sense to me. And that brings me to Mega Mewtwo Y, which, holy cow, that thing is amazing. I love Mega Mewtwo Y. I think it is a fantastic Mega. Definitely deserving the S tier for me. I think it is such a good Mega. I mean, it looks like it looks like what I think Mew 3 will look like. That's how I picture Mew 3. It's like a good mix of Mewtwo and Mew. And it just oozes psychic power in its design. I love that about it. Therefore, it gets the S tier. Actually, we have Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot is another A+ tier for me. I thought Pidgeot was an alright bird Pokemon, but then I used one as a Mega on one of my run-throughs of Oras, and I had a very, very pleasant time with it. Mega Pidgeot also has a very good design. I love how it's very colorful now, and it's something Pidgeot definitely needed, and I'm very happy that he has it. Next we have Megapincer. Megapincer is in D tier for me. I think it's very odd looking, and I get that Pinsir now is able to fly. It's the whole gimmick with it, but I just don't like it. It's just too much going on with it, in my opinion. Therefore, it's in the D tier. Next we have Mega Rayquaza, which is another S tier, in my opinion. Yep, I think Mega Rayquaza is an S tier Pokemon. That's an opinion for sure. Yeah, I know you don't agree with the Mega Pinsir thing, Droid, but it's true. I don't like it. But yeah, Mega Rayquaza. If you don't think it's S tier, who are you? It is such a good Mega, and it's the most overpowered legendary ever made. So, yeah, Mewtwo Y and X are switched. Okay, did you hear my reasoning for that? I said that Mewtwo X, like Mewtwo was made to be a psychic boy. Like he's meant to be imbuing psychic abilities. How can you do that when he's a fighting type? And if he's a fighting type, how can he be the psychic master that he is when he's punching things? That's stupid. Whereas Mega Mewtwo Y shows that, hey, he's a psychic boy. I think it's a great design. I think it's a perfect design. But that's just me. That's my thoughts, but here's something that I think we can all agree with. Mega Sableye is an S tier Mega. Wow, this Pokemon needed a Mega, and it delivered. Like, they hardly changed anything, but the design just looks so good. And, oh my gosh, I used this on my team in one of my run-throughs. And Mega Sableye is just fantastic. Mega Mewtwo looks like Squidward from the episode where he hit his head and became a baby. Yeah. I can see why you think that, but I love it. I think it's very cool. Next we have Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence for me is an A+ tier. Most people don't like it. They're like, oh, it's a croissant. I'm like, I get it. It looks like a croissant. But to me, he looks like a blood moon. That's what I see when I see him. And I love how in the Pokedex, when he becomes a Mega, he goes through this endless rage, and he just goes through this endless destruction phase where he just destroys anything he sees. I think that's sick. And I just think it's a very improved upon design over Salamence, and I feel like he definitely deserved getting that. But yeah. Mega Salamence is definitely needed. The same thing with Mega Sceptile. A very, very good Mega. I love how it shoots off the end of its tail and like the bubbles on its back explode as it launches. It's very, very cool. And I love how they gave Sceptile the Dragon type as well. And I thought another cool thing that they did was they made the leaf on his head like had a bite mark in it, like from a bug chewing it. Very good touch. I like it. Very nice. Mega Scissor. Mega Scissor is another D tier for me. It looks very weird. I like the claws. I think the claws are cool, but everything else just, no. No. Normal Scissor looks too good. It did not need a Mega. And that one especially, it just doesn't look right, in my opinion. Now that brings us to, I will agree that Scissor looks like better than Mega Scissor. Yep. Yeah, it definitely looks better. So Scissor is my second favorite. Really? Interesting. Next we have Mega Sharpedo. I think Mega Sharpedo is C tier. Like Garchomp, it has a ton of spikes on it. But that's not all it has going for it. I think everything else looks better for Sharpedo. But the spikes... And I just think Sharpedo's a cool Pokemon. Yeah, I think it's just C tier for me. Next we have Mega Slowbro. Mega Slowbro is my next S tier. Let's go. I love Mega Slowbro. My friends, especially Droid and Ross, were in the chat. They know that I love Slowbro, especially the Galar form. But before the Galar form, there was the Mega, and I absolutely love the Mega. It's so silly. I love how, like, the Shelder, like, eats almost its entire body and then, like, spins around on its tail. That's funny. I find that to be really, really funny, like the design aspect of that. Therefore, I think that Mega Slowbro is an S tier. Plus, it was my HM slave, and I really needed it on my team. Now, here's another controversial one, and that is Mega Stelix. I think Mega Stelix is another D tier one. Okay, listen. I think it's just very over-designed, just like Pinsir. I don't like how it has, like, the frills on the front of its face. I think that's the really dumb thing that it has. I think the crystals coming out is a very good idea. But everything else is just, it's too much. Never been crazy about Mega Slowbro myself, but I certainly don't hate it. Yeah, I love it. You know I love it. Next we have Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert, I would say Mega Swampert's an A tier. I think it's very cool how they took Swampert and made him very buff. I feel like he should have been water fighting instead of water ground. That's just me, but I still think Mega Swampert is a very funny idea. It's just like, whoa, Swampert's been lifting weights, but wait, he's not a fighting type though, huh? It's funny. Mega Tyranitar. Mega Tyranitar is another S tier Mega in my opinion, because I think they made the whole Godzilla thing work too, even for the Mega. And while yes, it's way more design than it was before, I still think it works, which I don't know. I still think it works. And plus, I used Mega Tyranitar on a Pokemon Y run through before, and I had a blast with it. So, yeah. I think Mega Tyranitar is an S tier. Mega Venusaur, I believe he is another A+ tier. I think all the Kanto starters have pretty good Megas, Venusaur included. And, yeah, I just think it's nice. I mean, it looks like a better version of Venusaur, and that's all I can say about it. Alright, now we got the Gigantamaxes. And looks like we're starting where we ended. How perfect. Why is there a giant lightning bolt? That's Mega Manectric. I think it's sick. I've always liked Mega Manectric, and plus it has a really high speed stat, which just like Regieleki, which is really cool, so. Yeah. Okay. Gmax Venusaur is this is a hard one. I'm gonna have to go with B tier. I like the concept of it having like a giant flower. I think it's hilarious, but I don't think it's as good as the Mega, and yeah, I just think it's alright. Gmax Alcremie. Gmax Alcremie, I would say it's also a B tier. It's better than Venusaur, though. I mean, B tier is average tier. It's a cake. That's all that Alcremie has going for it. Therefore, it gets B tier. I mean, not much else I could say about that. Appleton and Flapple, I'm only going to do one of them because they're the exact same. Once again, B tier. Just an apple with caramel coming out of it. I mean, that's all I can say about it. Mega Blastoise is the best, or Mega. Gmax Blastoise is the best Gmax ever made, in my opinion. I think it's executed perfectly. I think the design works very well. I love how it has a giant tank on its back. Very, very sick. I absolutely love this Gmax. Almost said Mega again. And shiny is amazing as well. Yeah. Gmax Butterfree is an A tier. When Beedrill got a Mega and then Butterfree didn't, I was very sad because I'm more of a Butterfree fan than a Beedrill fan personally. But I gotta say, they did a pretty good job with the Gmax. I mean, it has Gmax Befuddle, which is probably the best Gmax move out of any Pokemon. And Butterfree is just a very, very cute, adorable bug type. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I feel like it definitely deserves the Gmax it got. Next, we got Gmax Centiskorch. And just like Butterfree, I think it is another A tier Gmax. And that is a very, very good one as well. I love how it's a giant ribbon instead of a normal centipede. That was a nice touch. And also, Bob's your uncle, and that's all I could say. Gmax Charizard. Before, I would say it was like S tier, but the more I saw it, the less I liked it. So now I would say it's B tier for me. I guess the more I thought about the whole Charizard pandering and everything, kind of weighed it down a bit too. I don't like how the wings are so small to where it can't fly either. I find that to be very odd. I like how the wings are on fire, though. I find that to be sick. I wish they were bigger, and I wish it could actually fly. Next, we have Gmax Cinderace, which is my other S tier. I love how it's the giant Pyro Ball. It's a very, very nice touch. And I love how it kicks the giant Pyro Ball when it uses Gmax. I forgot. I think it's called Gmax Fireball. Very, very good move. I like it. Very cool. Gmax Colossal. I have to say C tier for Gmax Colossal. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Roly-Poly line. I will admit it. And this Gmax, it's better than normal Colossal, but it's still very odd looking, and yeah, I feel like it could have been done better. Gmax Copperajah. I would say this is also a C tier. Before I would say F tier, but I mean, there's just a meme that we have going on with it. And because that made me like it more. It's a goofy Gmax, and I think it's hilarious. Gmax Corviknight. This is an A+ tier for me. This used to be my favorite until the DLCs came. Actually, no, it's a lie. It's just one of my favorites. I think it's fantastic. I love Corviknight, and its Gmax is no exception. Gmax Dreadnought. I'm gonna have to say B tier for this as well. It's not as good as normal Dreadnought, admittedly. I don't like how its neck is like tucked into its giant throat or whatever. Neck fat, whatever. I don't like that. I think it's cool. The shell is like massive though. I think it's sick. But yeah, I'd say it's B tier. Gmax Doraledon is our next A+ tier. I love how it's a giant skyscraper, and yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's cool. Gmax Eevee is another A tier for me. You see, my dog is named Eevee, so I have a special place for it. I love how its neck fluff just becomes ginormous. It's very cute. The Gmax is no exception. And then I also done. That's the end. Gmax Garbodor, I would say, is another B tier. It is really cool how they turn the trash into like a pile of toys. Very cool idea. And it looks like the toys that were found in End's room, which that's a speculation I have, that those are End's toys, but who knows. Gmax Gengar is an A tier for me. I think it's better than Mega Gengar personally. And I think it's really cool how it's like, looks like an amphitheater almost, like, looks like the Radio City Music Hall from New York, if you know what that looks like on the inside of its mouth. Or like a fun house, one of the two. Very cool concept, I like it. Gmax Grimmsnarl is also an A tier. I like how it's just Grimmsnarl, but he's like more menacing and bigger, and yeah. Pretty cool, I gotta say. This next one's gonna make some people upset. I don't like Gmax Hatterene, okay? it doesn't look that different from normal Hatterene, and I don't like normal Hatterene, so... But that brings us to our next A+ tier, which is Gmax Inteleon. I think it's a very, very cool one. I love how it is the giant water sniper. It makes a tower out of its tail. Very cool concept. Very good A+ tier. Next we have Gmax Kingler, which is a D tier for me. I don't like how Kingler has a beard. I find it to be very weird. That did not mean to rhyme. I'm sorry. And I don't like how spiky it is now, but eh. Lapras is our next A+ tier. If you know me, you know I love Lapras, especially my shiny Lapras. That's named Lap Dance after. It's a pretty good joke, I would say. And yeah, I think Gmax Lapras is a very, very good one. Gmax Machamp, I would say, is C tier. I don't like how its neck has like lava coming through it. It's like it has a neck inside of its skin, which is very weird. And then the lava on its fist, I don't understand, but they're cool, I guess. Gmax Melmetal's also C tier. It's there. Gmax Meowth is another B tier. I think it's funny how it's a giant cat. And I think it's the best Meowth form out of them all. But it's Meowth. I mean, I don't really care for Meowth that much, so. We have our final S tier, and that is Gmax Orbeetle, which is... Actually, no, it's a lie. Not our final, but it's amazing, amazing Gmax. I love how it's a UFO. I love it so much. Should have been Furt. I agree, actually, 100%. Next to Gmax Pikachu, which goes behind Meltan in the C, or Melmetal in the C tier. I find it funny for the memes, but besides that, it's there. But the memes just make it so funny, and I love how it's Fat Pikachu. I'm moving Eevee down, actually, to here. Yeah. Gmax Rillaboom, I would say it goes after Venusaur. It's the worst of the Galar starters, in my opinion. I mean, it's just playing drums. Cool. Cool, that's all I could say. Next we have Gmax Sandaconda, which is an S tier. They decided to make a coiling snake, like an anaconda, which is what they do. Make it into a tornado. That is such a genius concept. I mean, like, that is literally such a good idea. I love it. And it's like a Dust Devil, too, because it's a ground type. Very, very good idea. I love Gmax Sandaconda. Gmax Snorlax is another B tier for me. It's just Torterra, but the opposite. Instead of being on the back, it's on the chest, and they did it for Snorlax, I guess. Next, we have Gmax Toxicity. Another A tier for me. Very good design. Very good Gmax. It's just, yeah. That's all I could say about it. Next, we have the two Urshifus, and these are both A+ tier for me. I think they're both very cool. I love how I think Single Stripe's better because I think red's a better color, in my opinion. And then I also, I like how its mouth is open. I find that to be very cool. And yeah, that was it for the Gmaxes. Next, we have the regional variants, including evolutions as well. So we have Alolan Rattata. I find that to be B tier. It's just a Rattata. Actually, I'm going to say A tier. It's pretty clever. It's like Ratatouille, kind of. This goes to F tier. This goes to F tier. Both bad. I don't like them. Someone's going to be sour about that, but yeah. Sorry, Droid, but it is what it is. Inky. Sandshrew, that was S tier. Very good design, executed perfectly. I love how it has igloos on its shell or whatever. Yes, I do mean you. And then we have Sand Slash, which is also an S tier. Executed perfectly. Very good design. Alolan Vulpix, I don't like that much. It's pretty okay. But the Ninetales, though, is an S tier. Yes, I think the Ninetales is pretty good. The Diglett, I would say, is also a B tier. It's funny. And I would say Dugtrio goes into D tier because it's stupid. Actually, I'd say F tier. I think I'm going to move Eradicate up to D tier. Yeah. Meowth is also a D tier. I mean, it's fine. Same thing with this Meowth. But this Persian is just bad. It's just bad. Did you find all? No, I did not find all the Diglett. I think you're the only one out of us that has. Alolan Geodude is C tier. I think it's pretty average. Alolan Graveler is pretty bad. It looks like, especially the shine, looks like a piece of turd with corn stuck in it, and I don't like that about it. Alolan Golem though is D tier. I mean, it exists. Yeah. Galarian Ponyta, though, is our next S tier. It is adorable. I love it. I think it's a very, very good Pokemon. Galarian Rapidash being an A+ tier. Not as good as Ponyta, but still fantastic. Along with Galarian Slowpoke, who I think, actually, no, I'm saying is A tier. Very, very good Galar form, but then came Galarian Slowbro, who is S tier, and my favorite regional variant of all time. And you can disagree with me, that's okay. That's just my opinion. Okay, now that that is done, Galarian Farfetch'd, who I think is a C tier. Nah, B tier. It's average. It's fine. Next we have Grimer. I don't like Alolan Grimer. Alolan Muck is better. Better there. Yeah. Alolan Exeggutor, I would say, goes to the A tier. I think it's a very solid Alolan variant. I would have just put one I already have. Alolan Marowak is our next S tier. I think it's a fantastic regional variant and one of my favorites. My favorite Alolan form, personally. And I think it is very, very good. Galarian Weezing, I would say, is an A tier. I think it's a funny Pokemon. I like the concept. I just never really got around to using it that much, so I can't really rank it higher. But I like the Poison Fairy type. Very, very good idea. And this goes there. I mean, if you know me, you know I hate this thing. I'm just not even going to explain it. It's not worth my time. But all three of the Galarian birds are S tier. They are fantastic. Zapdos is my least favorite of the three. Moltres is my favorite of the three. I'm sad they're shiny locked because I really wanted to hunt them, but they're very, very cool. They have very good designs. I love them. Galarian Corsola is our next A+ tier. Very, very good design. Very good Pokemon. Clear Mr. Mime is a mistake. 100% agree. Yes. Yes, they all should have been not flying, but their actual other typings. Because we could have gotten our first electric fighting type, which we still don't have. Galarian Zigzagoon is another A+ tier, in my opinion. Another fantastic... I'm going to move Sandshrew down with them, too. It's another fantastic design. I love it a lot. Linoon gets an A tier for me. Not as good as Zigzagoon, in my opinion, but still great. Galarian Darumaka gets an... I'd say B tier. It's pretty good. I like it. Darmanitan, though, gets an A+ tier. I think it's a very solid Pokemon. I love how it's the first Ice-Fire type. I remember I made this my mission to get the Zen mode. When the ability patch came out, I'm like, I don't want to wait unless they get rid of the ability patch, like, eventually, because I want to get Zen mode on both forms of Darmanitan, so, yeah. Ice type should be S tier, in my opinion. Well, you love Ice types. You're another controversial pick. I don't like the normal Darmanitan. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the way it is. Galarian Yamask is... I'd say A tier. Yeah. It's pretty good looking. I like Yamask a lot, so... Galarian Stunfisk is B tier, in my opinion. I love... It's a bad Pokemon, which is why it's not higher, but it's executed to perfection. I love the way what they did with Stunfisk. That was the best thing they could have done. Obstagoon gets... the front spot, though, even though I don't technically include it with the regional variants, they're on here, so I'm like, why not just do them? I love Obstagoon, my favorite normal type Pokemon. Very, very good Pokemon. I love Obstagoon. Gene Simmons himself. The Badger Pokemon. Berserker, I would say, is C tier. He's there. Cursula, I would say, is B tier. It's there as well. Surfetch'd, I would say, is B tier as well, just like Farfetch'd. I think it's a little bit better. And Galarian Mr. Rhyme goes exactly where it belongs with Mr. Mime. And the Ruiner Regis also gets an S tier from me. And that is the original variants one. Next we have starters. Grookey, I would say, is D tier. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Grookey fan, I'm sorry. Squirrel Bunny's an A+ tier, along with Sobble. They're both adorable. I love them both. Tepig is an A tier, very cute as well. Cyndaquil, C tier, it's fine. Squirtle is an A tier for me as well. I love Squirtle, it's very cute. Along with Piplup. Piplup's also an A tier, very cute. And Froakie is also an A tier. Mudkip, also an A tier. Totodile is a B tier. Snivy is also a B tier. Oshawott is another A tier for me. I think it's pretty adorable. Rowlet is a B tier for me. It's pretty cute. Trico is also a B tier. It's alright. Poplio is an A+ tier. I love Poplio. I think it's adorable. Litten is an S tier for me. I love Litten. Very, very cute. Charmander's an F tier. I'm sorry. I don't like Charmander. But I actually, even though I love Blaziken, I still think Litten's better than Torchic, though. I think. Yeah. But Chikorita's also a B tier. Bulbasaur is also a B tier. Notice the grass types there. I also think Turtwig's better than Torchic. I think Turtwig's adorable. Another S tier for me. Chespin gets a C tier for me. It's alright. It exists. Fennekin also gets a C tier for me. And then Chimchar gets my final S tier spot for the starters. First stage, that is. Now we have the second stage starters. Chimchar F tier? Are you... what? I'm sorry, but what? You think Chimchar F tier? Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree as well. Wartortle's A+ tier. I think it's a fantastic middle stage. Same thing with Ivysaur. Same thing, Charmeleon, I would say, is B tier. Just because related to Charmander, it's swayed a little bit. Bayleaf is an A tier. I think it's alright. I don't like him. Interesting. I think Quilava is a C tier. Crocodile's an F tier. That's disgusting. It's an abomination. Grovyle, I'd say, is an A tier, along with Bayleaf. Combuskin is a D tier. I love Blaziken, but I'm not a big Combuskin fan. Along with Marshtomp, another D tier for me. Grottle's S tier material, though. One of the almost perfect middle evolution. I think Monferno's also a D tier, though. I'm not a big fan of Monferno. Prinplup, though, is another B tier. I'd say B tier, yeah. Dig. Yep, it is. Servine's a C tier. It's there. Pignite is an F tier. It's disgusting. We all know that. Duat, though, is another S tier. Duat is a fantastic middle stage. Perfectly encapsulates what comes before and what comes after. Quilladin is another F tier. Why does that thing exist? Braixen is a D tier. I mean, it's there. It exists. Frogadier is another A+ tier. Fantastic middle stage. Duat is godlike. I agree. Dartrix is an F tier. I do not like Dartrix. I think it's a really weird middle stage. Yeah, I know your butt hurt. I'm sorry. Torracat, though, is another S tier. I think Torracat is a fantastic middle stage. Perfect middle stage for Litten. Brionne, as well, is amazing. I think it's a very good middle stage. A tier. Thwackey, though, gets another F tier for me. Raboot isn't my final S tier. I think it's a very good middle stage for the, what's it called, line? Score Bunny line. And then Drizzile gets D tier for me. It exists. Torracat is worst of the line. It is the worst of the line. Still great, though. Alright, Venusaur, I would say, is a solid B tier. It's like the most average starter. Charizard for me is D tier. I'm sorry. Or no, F tier. I don't like Charizard. Sure, be butthurt. I don't care. Blastoise, though, is an S tier. No, A plus tier. There's other starters I like more than it. I think Blastoise is fantastic, as well as Meganium, another A plus tier for me. Two very, very great starters. Typhlosion is a D tier for me. I'm not a big Typhlosion fan. Same thing with Feraligatr. I do not like Feraligatr that much as well. Charizard's the most overrated thing ever created. Preach, brother. Yes. Sceptile is, I'd say, another B tier, just like Venusaur. Wow. Venusaur. It's there. Blaziken is S tier. I absolutely love Blaziken. You know me. You know it's my favorite Pokemon. What else can I say? It is very good. Swampert C tier. It's fine. It's not bad. It's there. Torterra is also an S tier for me. I love how it's the world turtle with a tree and rocks on his back. Very, very cool. Same thing with Infernape. If you didn't know, for Gen 4, like, I love both starters almost equally. Torterra just barely beats it out just because Turtwig was my first starter ever. First Pokemon ever in a video game, that is. First Pokemon ever. So that just barely beats it out, but I love them both. Empoleon, yeah, Empoleon gets an A plus for me. Another very, very good starter. Very good design. Yeah. Serperior is my next D tier, though. I'm not a big Serperior fan. It's judgmental and disgusting. Emboar is my first A tier. I think Emboar is a very good Pokemon. I don't get why people hate it. I think it's very good. And yeah, Samurott, though, gets the next S tier spot. I absolutely love Samurott, and I think it's very cool how it like pulls its swords out of its hands. I love how it's on 4 legs, unlike some of the other water-type starters. Chestnut, I would say, is C tier, just like Swampert. It exists. I mean, yeah. Along with Delphox as well, it exists. Greninja, I would say, is an A tier, along with Emboar. Very good Pokemon, it's just very overrated. Decidueye, also an A tier for me. No, it's not S tier. I'm sorry. I just, yeah. Incineroar's, better. I love Incineroar. I'm sorry. It has to get the S tier. And along with Primarina, I think it's also an A tier as well. I'd say A plus. I think Primarina is very good. I like Primarina a lot. I just think it's a very good starter. Same thing with Rillaboom. I'm going to say B tier for Rillaboom, actually. I actually somewhat dislike... What? Oh, that's a hot take right there. Cinderace also is a B tier starter. It's fine. Along with Inteleon, another B tier starter. And that is the starters. I think it's the worst, but that's just me. I'm sorry. So now we're going to do the regions. Sinnoh S tier. Hoenn, it's like C tier. Unova, I would say solid A tier. Kalos there. Kanto there. Actually, I'd say Kalos and then Kanto. And then Alola also gets S tier. Johto, I'd say, is perfectly in line with Hoenn. And then I'd say Galar goes right there. You wrong, sorry to say. I'm not wrong. I have an opinion, and I'm sorry if you disagree with that opinion, but that's just how it is. And yeah. The Hiligo, I'd say, is... We're doing Ultra Beast now, if you couldn't tell. The Hiligo, I would say, is B tier. It's like the most average thing. Buzzwole is hilarious. I think it's A plus tier. I think it's a very, very funny Pokemon. Now, here's a hot take. I don't like Pheromosa. I think it's the most dumb-looking and worst of the Ultra Beasts. I don't like Pheromosa. And Xurkitree, I think, is very, very cool. I think Xurkitree is also A plus tier. I think it's funny how it runs around and stuff. I just think it's very, very good. I don't know. I'd say Celesteela gets D tier. I love how like the rockets take off. I would say that's like the gimmick is the only thing that it's going for. That's beating Pheromosa, and also its typing as well. But speaking of its typing, that brings us to Kartana, which is Steel Grass type. I absolutely love Kartana, if you know me. Kartana is my second favorite of the Ultra Beasts. So, I have to say S tier, yeah. Actually, no, he's my third favorite. That's a lie. He's my third favorite. I love him, though. He's a great Ultra Beast. Guzzlord is my second favorite Ultra Beast, and plus I love how it screams. It's so fucking funny. I just love Guzzlord. Very good Pokemon. I'm gonna put Poipole in A tier. It's pretty cute, but it's all it's got going for it. Naganadal's better Poipole, I guess. Sakataka is my favorite Ultra Beast. I think it is fantastic. It'll also be known as my quickest soft reset shiny I've ever gotten in 25 encounters, and yeah. And then I'm going to put this guy, I forgot his name for a second, Blacephalon right there. Pretty good shiny. I just don't like clowns. I don't like Pennywise. I know it's based off of Pennywise and fireworks, and yeah. The last tier list we have every Pokemon game and spin-off game, and that includes everything, I think, but New Snap. And it even has Unite, but there's no Snap, which is weird. Alpha Sapphire. That's another version, so I mean, I played on like a Ruby, so. Battle Revolution, I never played that. Don't know what this is. Black 2. Other version. Pokemon Black, that is a A-tier Pokemon game. It's very, very fun. I love it. Not perfect, though. Pokemon Blue. I did not like the original games. I don't know. I'm not feeling nostalgic. It never was nostalgic to them. So, yeah. Pokemon Cafe Mix. I actually tried that game. F tier. Yeah, you have to use the Joy-Cons. Actually, I'd say D tier because the Pokemon can be cute. But, yeah. I've never played Pokemon Channel. I really want it, though. I actually never played Crystal, surprisingly. Pokemon Dash, I'd say, is a solid B tier. It's like the most average spin-off game. It's alright. Never played Detective Pikachu. I played Pearl. Never played Pokemon Duel. Never played Emerald, actually. Never played Fire Red and Leaf Green. Pokemon Go is S tier just because that is how... Because one of my closest friends I met while playing Pokemon Go, so I will be indebted to Pokemon Go for that for the rest of my life. Never played Gold and Silver, actually. And yeah, I never played Green, the original Green. Heart Gold, I would say, is a solid B tier, just like Pokemon Dash. It is very middle of the road. Hey You Pikachu, never played that. Never played Leaf Green. Let's Go Eevee is, I'd say, once again, middle of the road B tier. These are all just never played. And then other version. My Pokemon Ranch, I would say it's C tier. I mean, it was what it was. It was fun enough. I mean, yeah. Never played the Mystery Dungeon games. Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I would say, are A tier games. They were very fun. And no, I'd say they're average too. Yeah, I'd say they're average. They're pretty fun. It's just... Oh my god, Smiles. What is this? Pearl, I would say it gets A. A tier, I would rank it higher because it was the first Pokemon game I ever beat, but you know what's going to be above it. I'm just all putting... And that's Platinum. I mean, Platinum's S tier. If you disagree, then that's fine. I just think it's S tier. Pokepark 2, it's not as good as the original, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Pokepark Wii has a high influence on my favorite Pokemon, and it is my favorite Wii game of all time. I love Pokepark Wii. S tier. For those reasons, I've replayed that game, I think, more than any other Pokemon game. Like, not even joking, like, I've replayed that so much. I think this is the original Ranger. Yes, it is. This one was pretty good. I had good fun with all the Ranger games. A+ tier. Shadows of Almia, though, believe it or not, was my first Pokemon game. Like, before I even bought, like, Platinum or anything, I had Shadows of Almia first. Oh, this is the original Ranger, I think. Yeah, that's Guardian Signs, isn't it? I've never played Guardian Signs. Okay. I've had blue, so never played Ruby and Sapphire. Rumble Rush is shit. You should never play it. Rumble U. I don't think I ever played Rumble U. Rumble World was C tier. It was alright. It was enjoyable enough. Same with the normal Rumble. It is enjoyable enough. Sword and Shield, I would say, are A tier games as well. They were pretty average Pokemon games. Actually, I'd say A+ tier. They were pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I actually like those games quite a lot. Pokemon Shuffle, I remember it being like C tier as well. It was alright. Never played Gold and Silver. Pokemon Smile I had, and it is the most dumb shit ever. Actually, never played Snap. Have the other version. Never played Stadium. Stadium 2. I think they're both versions. Pokemon Sun gets an F tier just because. Actually, I'd say D tier just because it's a Lola. It gets D tier just because the Ultra games exist. Oh, they are there. I was like, if they just because the Ultra games exist. Super Pokemon Rumble was the worst of the Rumble games, but it's still C tier. It goes after Shuffle. Oh, okay. Then Sword had the other version. Ultra Moon, my main game is Ultra Sun, and that is S tier, front of S tier, my favorite Pokemon game. Pokemon Unite should not exist, but we're still going to put it in Never Played. Pokemon White 2 is an A+ game. It is very fun. Really enjoy that one as well. Pokemon White other version. There. Never actually played Yellow. Pokemon Y, C tier. Yeah. Pokemon Masters I didn't like either. Super Mystery Dungeon was okay. Never played this. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Pokemon Tournament I had. It was okay. I mean, it exists. Both Pokemon Tournaments. I mean, this one's better, so I'm going to put that in front of it. Never played Magikarp Jump. Then don't know what that is. Alright, guys. So that is the end of the first Twisted Tiers video. Hope you guys like this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.